Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. How are we doing today? I think I'm singing already. Please feel free to show your cameras and your mics just so I can see who's in the room, who's joining us this afternoon. Would love to see some faces. We've got Andrea. Yes, thank you, Andrea. Good afternoon, everyone. Hopefully, I'm just going to let some people come in. I know I'm like myself, any meeting that I'm joining, I literally join dead on the dot. So, but please, will you, if it's okay, yes, show me your faces. Yay! Um, I want to see who's there. So please feel free to show me your face and any microphones. Let me know where you're joining from, right in the chat box of where you're coming from today. It's always nice to hear who's a part of this. But thank you so much for being here on this Thursday afternoon. I'll give it a little bit of time, just maybe a minute or so. It is being recorded, so we can you guys can watch it back, and anyone who's not able to join. Jeremy, he can't hear. Yes, I think everyone else can hear. So hopefully, maybe it's on your side. Um, Hello, Manny from Yas Island. Who else is there? Who have we got there? Dario from Croatia. Welcome. Hello, everybody. Um, Erin's going to log back in. Her camera's not working, so hopefully she can join. But yes, hopefully, guys, feel free to show me your faces. I would love to see who's there. I've also got another screen so that I can watch everyone. Oh, hello from Ritz-Carlton, Tenerife. And, oh, who else have we got? W Punta Cana. What time is it in Punta Cana? My goodness. Yes, Eduardo, hello from St. Pancras down the road. This is so lovely to have you guys joining us. I think we are covering a lot of time zones. New York, yes, welcome. Brilliant. This is fantastic. Sheraton Grand Park Lane. Thank you guys so much. I won't keep listing them. This could bore everyone before we've even started, but thank you so much for joining. And yes, if you want to show your cameras, please, I would love to see your faces. It just makes it a bit more of an interactive thing. But I think we're a couple of minutes in. We'll start. I think it's okay to start. And we'll use the chat box later as well for any questions that anyone has. But I think without further ado, let's get going with this. So like I said, thank you so much for joining today on this Thursday afternoon. I don't know, for those of you that joined us last year, it's the exact week, it's the exact day. It's just that it's the Thursday, the 18th instead of the 19th. But I thought that was quite interesting. We timed it well. We're back a year later. So yes, thank you for giving 30 minutes of your time today. It might run over slightly, and if it does, don't worry, it's being recorded. We'll send that out to you guys so you can watch it back. And for those that can't join us, because I know we were supposed to have a lot of people joining us today, over 90 people. So I know people are busy. It's recorded. You can watch it later. It's a very back to school feeling in September, isn't it? It does feel like it's like, what is going on? Everything's happening. IMEX is coming. We've got so many shows still for the rest of our year, but a lot to get through. I'll stop with the introduction of that, and Q&A at the end. Stay on if you've got the time. If not, it's recorded, and we can use the chat box to carry that on. So where does that leave us? That leaves us with our introductions to who we are. Because I know there's a few people on this call that I've actually been in touch with this week, and I've not even had the pleasure of meeting yet. So welcome to who your Marriott Bonvoy account managers are. They're kind of at the top of my screen. I can see Erin and Andrea. I'm looking to the left because that's where my second screen is to see you guys. So start with Erin. Erin is our Director of Sales for the Americas. She's calling in today from Boston. So an early start on your side as well. Erin has been in the company for 13 years. Yes, feel free to say hi, Erin.
Hello, everyone.
Good morning to you. And so Erin deals with all our US clients, both existing clients and new business clients. So you will be in contact with Erin. And if you're not already, here is Erin. This is your account manager. And then we have the lovely Andrea Wilson as well. And she is joining from not in so Norwich is where you're joining us from, isn't it? That's right to say. You're in England.
That's me. Hello.
And Andrea is our Senior Business Development Manager here. She looks after all our existing clients in the UK and mainland Europe predominantly, but there are other regions as well. And existing clients means anyone that's attended for the last however many years with us and who attended this year. So many of my clients that I think I'll have met over 2025 will now be with Andrea for 2026. And Andrea's been with the company for 14 years. So 13 years, 14 years, we are covering ground here at M&I.
We love it very much.
yeah, I was going to say, safe to say we love it, right? We're veterans, I would say. And then myself, for those of you that don't know me, my name's Jo Goodenough. Let's have a laugh at that name because it's ridiculous. And I have been here for 11 years and I look after the commercial partnerships with brands. So that's hence the relationship here with Marriott and why we're here today. And yeah, over the last couple of years, we've really built a wonderful relationship with Marriott Bonvoy, and that is going to continue. So where does that leave us? Let's start straight away. I don't think David's on the call. I looked to see if he was joining us, but he's been a fundamental part of M&I for so many years. It was only right to include him in the presentation. But this is really just a slide for those of you that don't know M&I and are new to us. Where have you been, first and foremost? But just wanted to share some credentials about who we are. We've been running for 20 years. So, you know, when you look at Andrea, Erin and myself, the years that we've covered in being here is quite a few. And we're leading in what we do. Many of you know us. You've been with us on this journey right from the beginning even. And you've watched us grow every year, pushing boundaries, wanting to be bigger and bolder. And hence why we've got even more forums with kind of the different niches. We've got healthcare, we've got Lux, and then we've got Expo, which is obviously what will be the main focus of today's conversation. But this is really just for you to know these numbers change every year because every year we're doing more forums, there's more meetings taking place, but you get a sense of what we're doing and how big we are at this point, I guess, after so many years. So what forums do we have next year? I hear you ask. So let's look at that. So I'm just going to talk briefly about some of the forums that we have. Expo, I'll come to in a minute because that, like I said, is the focal point of this call. But for those of you that don't know, we have 9 forums taking place next year. We had 11 this year, and I will give a bonus point to anyone once I finish these 2 slides if you can guess, not Andrea and Erin, but if you can recognize what's not happening next year. There's actually 2 really, but there's two different types of events that aren't happening. Let me know if you recognize and tell me. But so we've got M&I Flagship. This is the original forum that was created here at M&I. It feels mean to say generic mice, but it is the one that's what it does. It encapsulates everything. You can be a DMC, a hard brand, a convention bureau, a venue. Anyone can participate at the flagship forums. They're 3 days. They have 40 pre-scheduled meetings, and you can share a table. I'll keep it brief like that for now. If you've got any questions about Flagship or any of the other forums, we'll go into it. And they will be taking place in Stockholm, the Algarve, and Nashville. If you want to meet with American buyers, that's where you'll go, to Nashville. Then we have the Lux forums. Now, these are new. This is next year will be our 4th edition. So a very exciting product that we kind of love having here at M&I because previously we didn't have an option to go out to our 5-star luxury properties and invite you to something that was for those high-end VIP exclusive groups. So this is what Lux is. We do have strict qualifications to ensure the right caliber of buyer and supplier attending. So you need to be a 5-star luxury property with an ADR of £500 and over. We have one taking place in Venice, in a Marriott property, which is very exciting, as are some of the others, and we'll come to that. And then we have the Lux Americas forum that isn't released just yet, but I can give you a hint that it's likely to be on a Caribbean island, and that's all I'm going to say for now. Next, we have M&I Healthcare. For those of you that know this forum, it's a bit different again for 2026 because it used to be 2 days and 25 pre-scheduled meetings. We've moved it to 3 days and 35 pre-scheduled meetings. So you're getting a lot more out of this event by attending it. And we work with a company called Healthcare Venues. In order to attend, you need to go through a training and accreditation process. So for those of you that are very much into your pharma market, this is a forum that people just love. It either suits you or it doesn't, right? Depending on the property you are, but it sells out every year. Is one of the first forums to sell out every year. So definitely, if you're interested, I would sign up to that one, and that's taking place in Brighton. We're back in the UK, which is wonderful. So fab city is Brighton. So yeah, that's an exciting one on the calendar for next year. Then we have the M&I Transatlantic Forum. Fun fact about this, we had our first edition launched it last year. It's actually in October in Madrid. When we launched this in July last year, it sold out in November. We were all walking around IBTM, messaging each other going, okay, we've reached capacity. Everyone we were speaking to, it's sold out. The way that this forum is selling, it's taking place in Vienna next year. It's at the start of the year in February. It's selling like hotcakes. The thing about this forum is it's ticking so many boxes if you want to meet with the American market. As I said, it's in Vienna. It's an easily accessible hub. We're saving you jet lag, we're saving you time, we're saving you money. So you can see why people are interested in this forum. And this is another one that you can share a table. Like the flagship Transatlantic, you can also share a table. Luxe, healthcare, and private are all single options. So I would encourage anyone interested in meeting the American market to sign up with speed because it's flying off the shelves and we're already at about 40% capacity. So just keep that in mind. And then last but not least is our private MICE forum. So this is 3 days as well. It's 40 pre-scheduled meetings. And this forum is for non-hard brand accommodation venues. What I mean by that is we can't have any DMCs, convention bureaus, or venues attending unless they've got accommodation attached. They need to be, so we wouldn't have a Marriott with a Marriott title attending, but we would allow some of the sub-brands like Ritz-Carlton, St. Regis, Luxury Collection, Autograph Collection, Bulgari. You get the idea. That's the purpose of this forum, single table option only. And that's also to meet with the UK and mainland Europe audience. So yes, that in summary is what the forums are next year. And the calendar, just for you to have an idea of what that looks like as an overview, is all of these, which is wonderful. It's like I said, it's just Lux Americas that we're waiting to launch, and that should be coming very soon. But if you've got any questions, by the way, feel free to answer them now. If there's something you just want to ask quickly, feel free. I don't want to feel like I'm always talking at you guys because there's so much to say. But hopefully that's self-explanatory for what's coming up in 2026. But the real reason I wanted everyone on this call today and why I wanted to have this conversation was to talk about our newest product, which is M&I Expo Abu Dhabi, and our collaboration with Marriott Bonvoy growing year after year. As I've said, this is something that we're really proud of, that we're working together with Marriott Bonvoy, with Mark, with Rong, and the development of what we're bringing from our Marriott family, I would say, is fantastic. The support from you guys and the interest is just amazing. So now we talk about M&I Expo, which, to quote it, is a global exhibition for the elite of the MICE industry. Some of you might have joined the call earlier this week. We had a webinar with our CEO, Richard Barnes, and Mubarak, who is leading at the Abu Dhabi Tourism. So they shared a little bit about what's to come. And then I just kind of want to enhance a bit more on that because I think what's important to share for those of you that were with us for the last 2 years at M&I Fest in Marrakesh, and for those of you that weren't, you've probably seen it on the socials. M&I Fest was a fantastic event that we were, as I said, in Marrakesh, and it was the stepping stone for what the natural progression of what M&I Expo has become. And we loved being in Marrakesh, but we've just outgrown our home there. And if you didn't know what M&I Fest was, or that was this year, which is mad. M&I Fest was the combination of our forums, what we do so well with the intimacy and the one-to-one speed dating, and it's a hybrid where we also had the opportunity for brands and destinations to have the exposure and the platform for them to have their meetings taking place in that space. So with Marriott, we went from 2024, I think, gosh, we had half the space to this year. We had 32 tables, nearly 50 delegates joining us, which was fantastic. And so, yes, as I say, this is now the stepping stone of us moving from that hybrid event into an exhibition. Expo, as it says on the tin, that is what it's doing. So it is still a hybrid event, and it is the first of its kind. No one else is doing this in the industry. And so it will be taking place at the ADNEC. For those of you that know it, or if you don't, we've held a few forums there ourselves. It's the state-of-the-art exhibition centre. It gives us so much space for growth, innovation, and inspiration. And so we're very excited to be holding it there. As it says, we're bringing the best and the top 1,000 curated group from the MICE industry. We're not trying to be IMEX. We're not trying to be IBTM. This is about who's in the room. This is about being there, being a part of this new industry event and wanting to be a part of what that can look like. I think you have to think of it from the buyer's perspective. We've all done IMEX Frankfurt. We've all done IBTM in Barcelona year after year, as have the buyers. And if you were them and you were thinking, right, where could I go? What's going to be exciting? What's new? It's the new shiny forum that's in Abu Dhabi. And, if you know Abu Dhabi and you know what the Middle East is like, the level of standard and service is so high. And we know that's what our buyers are going to want to be a part of and experience as well. So with that, what does that mean? What makes it different to a traditional forum? What makes it different to a traditional exhibition? So many things, to be honest. in terms of the next generation meetings, what we want you guys to know, and if you were on the call on Tuesday, as I said with the webinar, everyone who attends will have 35 pre-scheduled meetings. Now, I go to events and I go to different trade shows, which I love, like I'm not disputing them at all. And I meet with clients and they tell me they've had like 10 over 3 days or 3 meetings, or, you know, the variety is huge. What we want to take away, firstly, is people like me coming to an event like this. You don't need to worry. We won't have any outsiders other than buyers and suppliers coming to this event. So firstly, there won't be people like me attending IMEX going, oh, come to M&I. So it'll be solely focused on the group that are there. Secondly, you'll have 35 pre-scheduled meetings. And with that, I can go into a bit later, but the AI technology that we use in order for you to get those meetings, you have the most relevant meetings when you come to M&I. And because all of that is taken care of, our no-show rate is less than 1%. And that's because everybody's on site. And we rerun the system one more time once everybody's landed and in situ, so that we can make sure that all your meetings are taken care of. And we'll always have additional buyers as well to cater to that. So unless someone has fallen ill on the day, that is why our no-show rate is so low. And also one thing to mention is that the meetings are 15 minutes long compared to our other forums, which they're normally 12 minutes with a 2-minute or 13 minutes with a 2-minute changeover. These are 15 minutes with a 5-minute changeover to give people enough time to move around. What you'll see is a rather large hall, which will be split into zones, I believe. But what you need to know is, from what you know about M&I, you won't be losing that by coming to M&I Expo, and you'll be gaining from that. We are just enhancing what we do in an exhibition setup. So a lovely picture, first and foremost, for all of you that were in Marrakesh this year. That's all of us. I think there is about 50 of us in our whole, I say our, like I'm part of a family, but our whole Marriott, Marriott area. And this is where all your meetings took place this year. Hopefully all of you guys will be joining us on the journey to M&I Expo. But in true M&I style, so what I'm talking about when I say that this is the best magic formula of what M&I Forums offers with an exhibition format, is that we will have refreshments provided throughout the day, hosted at the ADNEC. And then also, unheard of for suppliers at an exhibition, we will have a lunch break for 1 hour. Yes, 1 hour, where you will get to break with everyone. I'll show you on the floor plan as we go through the presentation. But you'll see it's in the same room, it's in the same hall, and everyone will get to be there. It's another chance to have some, you know, networking opportunities, building those relationships, lunch with everyone together, and just having a break for an hour, which I just think is so important. In this day and age, it's always go, go, go. But this is about being able to just be a part of it as well, and almost get the buyer experience where they get a bit of time, you get it too. So yeah, as I said, and we'll be in Abu Dhabi. The quality of everything is just, you know, that level up. But that's all good and well. I'll show you the program a bit later. But who are you going to meet with, I think, is really what you're all asking, because this is about your ROI. This is about who you're going to be. Why am I going to Abu Dhabi? What's there for me? What am I going to get out of this? So a lot of work has been done on these next couple of slides. As I say, this has been done as a presentation that can be sent out to those that can't make it, and to all of those that are here and you want to kind of look back over everything. This is really important information for you guys to know who's attending, who you're going to meet with. You know, they say Abu Dhabi is the crossroads of Europe meets Asia. For the first time ever, we're able to welcome a global scale of buyers from the Middle East and Asia, as well as predominantly our bread and butter, the UK and mainland Europe, as well as having some American buyers joining us as well. The split there showing you who's coming from the agency side, corporate, association, as well as the average annual budget as well. As I say, there's lots of information here. I will go through it. I'm aware of time. Oh, hello. Bless you. But they're different event types that they book, the sectors our buyers represent, the average daily rate of the in USD here of what they spend, as well as the average size of events. Again, we can send this out to you guys so you can see and kind of, you know, really look into it about who you're going to meet with. And then a representative buyer sample list. Obviously, we've been running for 20 years, as you know. We work with, so many buyers and have such a wonderful relationship with them. And so, you know, this is a sample list, but also based on many of the buyers that we do work with and will be joining us. When we opened this up internally, like when we launched it and said to our buyer market, guys, this is what's coming next year. It's M&I Expo. We had in one day 250 buyers have an expression of interest in this event, and that's not till April. And I think that tells you how much the industry needs that, how much, you know, how much the buyers want to be a part of that. We don't have a MICE trade show that takes place in the Middle East at the moment. Obviously, we all know ATM exists for the leisure side, but we don't have anything. And so, you know, if we get this right, which, you know, we believe we will, and we know that with Abu Dhabi tourism, that's hard to say, Abu Dhabi tourism on board, with the support that they are showing, this event is already proving to be such a success. And we know that from that interest that we've had from the buyers, what it means for us is that we can be very selective about who we invite. Again, making that top 1,000 the best curated of the industry. And that's so important. So with that in mind, who you're going to meet with, how are you going to, you know, how is it best to exhibit? So like I said, for 2024 and 2025, we had M&I Fest, and that was you guys attending on a spotlight, which is a pre-built stand. There is also the opportunity, just for you to know that, just so you are aware of the different options, there's a solo opportunity, which is the one-to-one speed dating, which you'll see on the floor plan shortly. Then there's the spotlight, which is what you guys have had for the last 2 years at M&I Fest. And then we have space only, which is what you'll be familiar with in attending trade shows, you know, at IMEX and IBTM and so forth. So our goal at the moment is to, I'm working very closely with Ron and Mark from Marriott HQ, and our goal is to have a space only stand with the best stand in the whole space. So that's our goal with Marriott. So just for you to know what that looks like. And then let's talk about the floor plan, because that's really how you need to visualize what this looks like. What is she talking about? How does that apply when it comes to the event? So here's the floor plan. It's been updated since we first started talking about this, because due to demand, we've moved halls. So we're now in a longer hall, which I actually think is better because it's got natural daylight in it. And I've heard that the three, I don't know if you can see my cursor, hopefully you can, but these three at the back, I'm told, are doors that open up onto a, oh, hello. Someone, that sounds like is that Skype? That sounds like Skype. Well, hello to anyone that's joining us. Maybe they can join in. But yeah, so I think this has got some outside space that overlooks some mosque, which I think would be really beautiful for some coffee breaks there. But the entrance will be here, where my cursor is coming in through this entrance. The food market is here, where we'll break for lunch and have that hour and all of that good stuff. And then this is the main walkway. And as you can see, Marriott's positioning is right there. And in this bubble here, it shows you a zoomed in version of where you are. And you're kind of, you know, you're one of the key players in this event taking place. You're next to the Central Plaza. This is going to be a space where we have surplus buyers hanging out outside of their meetings. There'll be refreshments. There'll be a chance for people to gather. So you're right next to that and on the main walkway, which is, you know, fantastic placement, a very strong placement for Marriott. And also just bear in mind, obviously we want to, based on the relationship we have, want you guys to have the best space. But just for you to know, in terms of a traditional trade show, the spacing and placing doesn't actually have the same impact because everyone has pre-scheduled meetings. So it is a bit different, but still we want you guys to be in the best, most prominent space. And then these tables in the end that you can see in this area, these are the solo tables I was talking about. So I just wanted to make you aware of what that looks like. But yes, so this is the floor plan. This is where Marriott Bonvoy is planning to be. And hopefully we can share with you what's included and what that looks like, and tell you how many spaces we have when I get through this shortly. So if you're new to M&I, or even new to Expo, which is everyone, you'll know from M&I we have many things always included. You've got your 35 pre-scheduled meetings included in this, your exhibitor stand pass, your hospitality pass, and package. So that's all the hosted lunches, the day-long refreshments, as I mentioned, and I'll come to the program shortly, but there will also be a opening evening and a closing night as well. And that's also included in the price, as well as access to the app, as well as being a part of, you know, so many of the things that you get to be a part of with M&I. So it's added to that. And just for you to know, accommodation, we'll be working with and using something called Hotel Map to provide you with rates with the hotels we're working with, and for you to benefit from those preferential rates outside of what, you know, the natural market would get. So that's all being taken care of for you as well, just for you to know. So what does the program look like? How are you spending those 3 days? What are you going to be a part of? So like I said, we're bringing the M&I magic formula to make this happen. It's the best of the best. So it's 3 days in the ADNEC, right? So you've got 3 days where each day is pretty similar in that sense. You've got your pre-scheduled meetings, so 35, that's split up into thirds for each day. that you'll have, you'll join and come to the ADNEC around 9:30. You'll have your meetings with coffee break in between. Some educational content will be in there as well. It won't conflict with your meeting, so don't worry about that. There'll be the hosted lunch, which everyone will be looking forward to with the hours break, and followed by your meetings as well, and the optional educational content. And then, how at normal trade shows, everyone has the happy hour and it's like, come to our stand, come to our stand. We're going to have that, but on an equal level. Everybody is going to have the networking happy hour social cocktail at the end of the day. So still not at the end of the day where you're truly exhausted. This is all about well-being and looking after you guys as well. So from 4 till 5:30, everyone will break and have this wonderful social networking opportunity within the ADNEC. Come together, chat about the day, mix with the buyers, people you've had good meetings with, have good conversation with, and then that's it for your first night. You are done. You're in Abu Dhabi. You might go to Ferrari World. I don't know if it's open at that time of night, but maybe you want to go on a roller coaster, maybe. But then next day, you're back in the ADNEC. You're doing the same thing all over again. Hosted lunch in the middle of all of that. And then I'm in conversation at the moment, so I won't share too much detail because we're just kind of working through it. But there is an opportunity on the Wednesday night to have what we're calling a buyer property showcase, where we will look to potentially have a night with one of the Marriott properties in Abu Dhabi, bring you guys together with buyers and have your own kind of exclusive night. It's a conversation we're having, and it's work in progress. So as soon as we have any more information and an update on that, we will share it with you. But just to know that you will be a part of that if that obviously comes to light, which hopefully it does. And then on Thursday, the last day, same format as well. You've got the remaining rest of your meetings, you've got your hosted lunch, and then in true M&I style, not at the ADNEC, somewhere off-site, we will all be coming together for a final farewell dinner, celebrations, awards. If you're familiar with our forums, and if you're not, we love an awards night. Throughout the forum, you can vote for your favourite buyers, and they do the same for you guys as a supplier. It keeps everyone on their toes, performing the best of their ability. And that's where we have the awards on the last night, which everybody loves. And then everyone will celebrate and fly home the next day. So yes, we will be exhausted like any event that we always do at M&I, but it's full of work hard, play hard. And I think that's what's so important and so unique about this event. We're taking care of it for you at an exhibition space. You've got your 35 pre-scheduled meetings, but you've got some networking involved in it as well. And I think the lunches for me is just one of my favorite things. Everyone gets to break for lunch. I love food, as you can probably tell. And then this is again, really just a slide, but a snapshot for me to be able to send out for anyone who's not on the call, but for you to just know who we're working with. You've seen, you're going to be right next to Hilton, the different brands we're working with, the different destinations. It's a very exciting event to be a part of. So I just wanted to put that in there. Again, a little snapshot, wanted to include this because everything's about technology these days, isn't it? AI, it's just what we're all living by. But we use the best technology for all of our events. That applies to every single event that we do. So it's important to include this because, again, for those not here, I want them to see this slide, but it's really valuable for you to know. It's fundamental in your experience having this app. You actually can't attend the forums without having this app. It's got everything you need in it. You can scan people's badges, just so you know, our events. You don't need to scan the badge of anyone you've got a meeting with. All that data will be collated for you. It's anyone outside of that. You can scan their badges, and then you get that additionally to your 35 pre-scheduled meetings. So you already start from a good place. And it's working behind the scenes. You see the leaderboard on there. You can have access to that. Your schedule, all of these things, the event agenda, the dress code, the event guide, everything. So yeah, I just wanted to share that with you because it's a very essential piece to what M&I does. And like I said, I'll come to if we've got the time, because I'm very aware that we're so close to finishing. But it's if people want to stay on and just ask about how you get those 40 pre-scheduled meetings or 35 pre-scheduled meetings, depending on what forum you're at, I will do so. Again, I'm going to whiz by through this. Again, it's something to send out because I'm aware of the time, and hopefully you can still just join me for a little bit longer. But this is a snapshot of our collaboration in numbers with Marriott over the years and what we've got to come. But I'm going to whiz past it now just because of timing, because I think this is what we really want to get to. It's the Marriott Bonvoy preferential rates. Many of you will probably already be in touch with myself, Andrea, with Erin, and what you'll probably already know, like I said, the love for Marriott is a two-way street here, and we really do have a lovely family vibe going on. And we have 4 events taking place in Marriott properties next year, which is awesome. So the JW Marriott in Venice, the Sheraton Stockholm, the Sheraton Grand Nashville Downtown, and the Pine Cliffs Resort Algarve. So That's fantastic. And with Marriott HQ, with Ron and Mark, we've agreed to have preferential rates in place for all those forums that are taking place in Marriott properties. Just for you to know, those forums are booked directly with your account managers. So myself, Erin, and Andrea, that's who you need to speak to directly about booking those tables. And then with M&I Expo, this is what's done. So I've got the link here. Oh, hello, that's popped up. On here, this has got sign up here, and Ron, I think if she's on the call, is going to drop in the chat box the link to that so that you guys know where to sign up on the portal to be able to do this. A couple of things to mention for all our forums and for M&I Expo in particular. What we like to do is, rather than have a jigsaw puzzle of trying to work out who's sharing with who, we want to make sure that you guys are sharing with someone that you have a good synergy with to share those meetings with, and also to make sure that you've signed up with that person before the forum takes place and before you sign up to the portal. Really important that you do that. So just to be clear, we have 40 schedules available for M&I Expo. 25 of those are solo, so that's a single table, and 15 of those will be shared. So that's 30 spaces, in total giving us 55 partner spaces. Now, for this year, not last year, but for Fest, we were pretty much around those numbers. In terms of single and shared tables, that was the mix, but we were just around 50 people. The sign-ups and the interest we've had already, and the sign-up that we have on this call, I know not everyone's here, but we had over 90 people sign up for this call. That's obviously more than what we can cater to on the stand. So it's first come, first serve when it comes to this. So what I'm going to do, if you've got the time now, when we come to the end of the call, I was going to use it as a bit of, I call it Tinder to some of the clients I've spoken to, but a bit of a chance for you guys to share. If you're looking for a partner, I know that sometimes in this industry it's mad, but we don't always know, you know, in different destinations, another autograph collection or another luxury collection, and you think, oh, that would be a good person to share with, and I didn't know that they were looking. So I'm going to use it as a bit of an opportunity for you guys to have that chat on here at the end. So yeah, hopefully you've got all the information you need, and we'll pop the link along. And if you've got any questions on this right now, you just tell me. But as we get to the end, which we really are near, thank you, Ron. Oh, she's popping stuff in there. Yay, thank you so much. Register now, sign up with your partners. So timeline for success, because I think this is really important. We're all salespeople, right? So call to action, here we go. In April, I met with Ron and Mark at ATM, and so we had this conversation about M&I Expo coming to market and working with Marriott HQ to get this in place. September, today, as I've written, we've launched the webinar, and here we go. This is it. The follow-up from here will be for the registration link for you guys to know how to sign up and fill those spaces. Do it with speed. You do not want to be the person that is sat on the sofa at home in April watching everyone in Abu Dhabi going, why didn't I sign up quick enough and now I've missed out on my spot? And the deadline that we're putting in place is for Friday the 31st of October. I believe that's Halloween. Spooky. But that's what we're going to be doing for first come, first serve, Friday the 31st of October. I know it's budget season, and I know a lot of you will be working on your budgets right now. If you are desperate to come, but you can't sign up by that date, please let myself, Erin, Andrea, your account managers know, and Ron, and we will look at that and see what we can do depending on what space is available. But like I said, get your partner lined up, know who that is, and get signing up ASAP. In summary of all of this, the goal, as you probably realized, is to have an incredibly strong presence at this new show, new for our industry. Very exciting to be part of history. It's going to be, the hype around it is going to be huge. And like I said, being on this big stand gives power to the brand and to your hotels. Don't be the one at home watching this on all the socials, wishing you were there. This is about turning up now. This is about doing something different and being a part of something that's going to be a huge movement and really going to give you ROI, which is what we're all here for. So grab your spot before anyone else does. And that's it from me. Gosh, I think I've just about done that within a half an hour. I'm out of breath. But thank you. Any questions? I'll stop sharing so that I can see your face. I still can't see people's faces. Just Andrea and Erin. No, I need more faces. And hello to Claudia from Bucharest. Lovely. And I also meant to say, I forgot to mention that Juliana, if she's on the call, it's her birthday today. So happy birthday. She's working and she still was going to join the Marriott call, which I thought was wonderful of her. So happy birthday, Juliana. If you're still here, if you've made it to the call, she might be off having birthday cake at this point. We don't know. And I don't blame her. But thank you guys for your time. I hope it's been really helpful and informative. Sorry to whiz through. There is so much to share. Does anyone have any questions? Does anyone want to use the chat box to say that they're looking for a partner for Expo or any other forums? Or if you are and you don't want to do it on here, email your account managers, let us know your interest, and we will do our best to partner you guys up so that we've got that for you guys moving forward, and you're not signing up with no one, because we can't really do that. Thank you, Ron, for popping that in there. Sorry, I couldn't see it whilst I was not sharing my screen. But anyone got any questions? Anyone? Does that mean we've covered everything? Does that mean, yes, Erin, good shout. Does that mean we've covered everything and everyone's got all the information they know? Is everyone coming to Expo Abu Dhabi? Are we going to have the best Marriott stand in the world? I hope so. I think so. I know so.
We will.
Yes. Who was that? Yes.
No.
Okay, so no questions. Last year, I remember there were a few. So hopefully you guys are all happy with everything you've got today. Thank you for joining. I'll leave it here. But email us, let us know what you're thinking and who you're looking to partner with, and hopefully we see you at many forums next year, and in particular in Abu Dhabi at M&I Expo. Thank you guys. Thank you so much. Look forward to seeing you soon. Take care.
Yeah.
Thanks
everyone.
Thank you.
See you
Thank you,
soon.
Joe.
Bye, guys.